The internet computer has been going insane recently, with the ICP token in the last month gaining just over 150%. Now, when I first heard of this a few months ago, I was one of the ones that believed that it was a scam, that it was a rug pull, that it was with 100% certainty going to go to zero. But I was very much proved wrong with that. So what's going on with ICP and why has it had so much traction recently? Let's take a look. So Internet Company is built by the Divinity Foundation, which is a non-profit organisation which is based in Switzerland. I believe they have around about 1,600 employees, and this makes it one of the largest teams of research and development, I think, in pretty much all of the crypto space. And it is led by a man called Dominic Wood. So Internet Company is effectively trying to replace the current internet, what you and I are using right now. So not many of us know how the current internet works. It is pretty much powered by a handful of huge companies, which you have probably already heard of. One of them is Amazon Web Services, and there's others like Google Cloud Services and things like that. So the industry, it is worth in the region of, I think, around about $1 trillion. And that's one of the major problems of it, is that it is very, very expensive. They basically work by having huge on-site data centers where they run a bunch of different computers, and this is pretty much the back end of the internet. And these data centers power the internet, which is built upon these cloud services. And this is a very, very simplified way of explaining it, because I'm not super knowledgeable in the kind of technological parts of the internet, so I don't want to go down that route and then get something wrong. But that's the basic understanding of how it works. So if you wanted to go and build a website, you would have to go and find a hosting service which is built on top of the cloud service, and that goes onto the legacy stack internet, which basically means that on any one of these levels, it can be effectively tampered with or turned off at any given time. So what is Internet Computer's plan to solve the problem? So the Internet Computer works by having decentralized data centers, which are placed globally around the world, and you can basically become a data center. And if you contribute to the network, if you line up with some of their parameters, then you'll receive some rewards in the form of ICP tokens. So the ICP internet is then built upon this, and smart contracts are deployed in the form of canisters, and these canisters are basically decentralized smart contracts. So this then allows for websites, gaming, etc. can then all be built onto the smart contracts. And you then end up with a fully decentralized base layer, or the data center layer is fully decentralized. Every single point up through to this is where you can basically create websites, create anything you want, and it cannot be altered or removed by anyone or anything, which is very, very interesting. Solves a major problem that we currently have. So if we take a quick look into the standing of ICP, it is currently ranked at number 16 out of 9,003 active cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap, and it's sitting at around about a $6 billion. It's sitting at now a $6 billion market cap and has a volume of around 250 million. So why has ICP had such a pump? There's a bunch of different tokens that will pump at any given time. So meme coins and things like that, they'll blow up out of nowhere, and that's because of the community spirit and the marketing that goes behind them. So marketing can actually become a huge part of the crypto markets, because you can see some projects out there and they will be brilliant projects, fantastic ideas, solving real world problems, and they don't really do much because they don't have any marketing behind them. So ICP has obviously been given a massive leg up from retail investors, that's people like me and you, but I do feel that most of this money coming into it right now is more from a kind of institutional level of investing. Now, if we pop over onto the Internet Computer website, we want to know what is driving these institutions to start investing in a project like Internet Computer. And if we can go onto the dashboard, you can see all of the blocks that are currently being created. So they're currently being created just now at an incredible 36.5 blocks per second, so a huge amount is going on it. So at the moment, Internet Computer is an inflationary asset because obviously it is printing more ICP tokens all of the time, but it curbs this printing rate, and you can see the cycle burn rate. So every time you are sending Internet Computer from one ICP wallet to another, or you're interacting with ICP in any way, there's a small amount of burning that is going on. So you can see it kind of moving in real time. And as more and more people are interacting with the ICP platform, the more people who are using it, transacting on it, this is going to push the burn rate to increase, and over time it has the potential to turn into a deflationary asset. So when you're looking at any particular project out there that is being boosted, you want to understand what is really starting to drive the price and whether that price rise is being backed up by anything. One thing to keep in mind is that this is a very early stage project, and despite it having been around for the last 5 years or so, but given the size of the job and the tasks they're trying to take on, they are effectively trying to take over the internet. It might be a little bit of a slower burner earlier on before we really start to see any real action on it. So ICP holders can also stake their tokens within neurons in the network nervous system, and this then allows them to engage in network governance and earning voting rewards for their participation. So if you took a look at this side, you can see this is all of the tokens that are currently being staked. And you can see this one here is 8 years, and it is currently sitting at around 134 million tokens that are locked away for 8 years. So that's around more than a fifth of all the tokens have been locked away for 8 years, which is a crazy amount. So from what I have looked into with the project so far, it all looks very positive. It seems to be a solid project with a lot of good backing behind it. And as you go into the ecosystems, you can learn a bit more about some of the different projects that are being built on ICP. So one of the main things that we really want to understand is that, will ICP do well if internet company goes successfully? Unfortunately, the success of internet company does not guarantee the success of the token, so we have to take a look into what does the token offer. So ICP is primarily used for interacting on the internet computer. So if you want to interact with all of the different applications that are available on it, then you have to hold ICP tokens to be able to do this. If you're a developer and you want to build a canister or the smart contracts on the internet computer, then you have to pay for this with the ICP token. And you also have to lock away some of the ICP tokens for future use. And there's also the transaction fees for ICP. Now these are incredibly low just now. They're really not making an awful lot of money on them, but this is kind of subsidized by all of the other different use cases for it. So a lot of people and developers which are staking their ICP tokens, this also takes away from the total supply, which inevitably helps to drive the price up. And remember that everything in life is pretty much run on a demand and supply basis. So therefore, more users equals lower supply. Lower supply as demand increases ultimately means more money for us. So I hope you enjoyed today's videos, guys. Let me know if you did by hitting the like button below, and I will see you in the very next one. Bye.